Bam! Fuck shit live, dog. Yeah. What's good with y'all? It's your boy P. Ain't nobody in the room yet, but it don't matter. It just don't matter. I'm saying we got things that need to be discussed. I know people are at the Cynthia G stream right now, watching her go live right now. I know. Nah, I ain't tripping. That wasn't a big thing, man. I wasn't even trying to make a career off of Cynthia G, dog. I'm on a completely different pathway. But yeah, yo, I'm in this bitch. It's your boy P kicking this, man. I decided to make a live stream today, and I probably will do it every week. If I can get a live stream every week, do my P codes every week, do either pretty sure will me to land somewhere, you know, where I want to land, basically. I'm working on an animated movie, a full length animated movie. So I'll break more details about that as the details break. But it's about to be a doozy. Um, I had a number that you guys could call in, an 800 number, but I changed my provider like a few months ago, and I never really dug it up again. But I'm gonna dig it up again, dig up this number again, and we'll we might have some live calls and shit, that type of shit. But today we just doing some commentary behavior because even though I do these animations and shit like that throughout the week, your boy P ain't dead to the world. Like there's some shit going on at different parts of our experience on the map, and we need to just kind of put our finger on different points at different places on the map, just to be sure that we firing on some similar cylinders, just things that I can't probably get out in a P code or I can't get out in a coon bashing session. You know what I'm saying? So as we know, this week it was really pretty problematic in certain things, certain areas, and I want to just touch on. So if you know the title of this shit or you saw the title, it's about the dreamers, it's about the African continent, and it's about the boy XXX and that boy Jimmy Wopo. All right. And as people come into the room, I'm gonna give everybody shout outs, so it ain't no thing. Yeah, if don't nobody come to the room, it don't even bother me, dog. All right, so first I want to talk about, let's just go on and knock down the elephant in the room. Let's get on to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. My focus honed in on this because I got a tweet earlier in this week, about like Monday-ish, Tuesday-ish, from I'm Black and I Say So. She's a young lady that is a follower of mine, or and vice versa, on Twitter, or either I'm following her. Either way, we get each other's, when she retweets shit, I see that shit. And she was going at it a little bit with this individual that posted up a post, and they were like, I'm from Nigeria. Why should I know about African American slavery? Why should I know about American slavery? And just different people was hitting this individual up with, well, you need to know about it because this, or because of this, or because of that. And that person really wasn't responding back. But when I put my comment up, the motherfucker responded back. So my comment was pretty simple. I was just like, look, you are in Nigeria or from Nigeria, and the reason you should know about slavery is because if you know about African American, as they say, or Native Black, as I like to say, slavery, then that will give you the whole story of the slave patrol, which will in turn give you the story of the cops that will shoot your unarmed Nigerian behind when you out here unarmed. You know what I mean? That type of shit. Y'all ain't special. You know what I'm saying? That was my point I was getting at. So at all of that shit, then the motherfucker hit me back and was like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand what you just said. that type of shit. So then I was like, all right, let me just look into this individual because motherfuckers, we black folk, we don't really, we ain't just dead to some shit that's factual and actual. So I looked at the motherfucker's account, and the motherfucker was MAGA this, Make America Great Again, patriotic this, and all that type of fuck shit. So I'm like, okay, this was a troll motherfucker. And what I put up right after that, before I found out he was a troll or he or she was a troll, I put up like a response after that, after they got back with the, oh, what, I don't understand what you just said, that type of shit. My reply was, don't get mad that me and the truth just hit a nerve. No, I was like, no, me and the truth just hit a nerve I see. And then I put up this gif of, if you've seen this gif of two black dudes, they both double knocked out this white dude. Like they was both like standing like back to back kind of, and the white dude was kind of like coming up in the middle, and they both turned around and both knocked out the one white dude. So I was like, that's just me and the truth. Hitting the nerve was what I was trying to convey with that. And that motherfucker was just confused, hit me back like, what? So I was like, yeah, that's a white boy. That's a little bitch. It's a little white bitch, right? So that's cool. You little white bitch. That's what it is. Trolling my people. But I got your motherfucking ass to see. But it brings me to the point to talk about the continent of Africa and kind of what our people are going through there. So we know it's brothers and sisters in Africa that ain't playing no games. It's on for the various progresses of the various countries over there. I get subscription. I'm subscribed to like Uganda TV, and I got people in my phone right from Nigeria, from different places, from Ghana, and we be building. So I'm gonna be on some bullshit, but after being around me, then that bullshit stop. You can't be on that bullshit and be around your boy P Long, because I'm gonna smell it and then I'm gonna call you out on it, and then I'm gonna ask you what you want to do. So I'm having fun with that, especially with the ladies, man. It's fun, turning an African chick on to some, because they be raised in the bullshit. They be coming in the lineage of, you are black, and then I'm from Ghana or from Nigeria. I'm something else, but you're just black. You're categorized as black. And they use that word as a disparaging term. Don't ever get that misconstrued. That's how Africans or people from the continent of Africa, that's how they talk. They say black when they refer to us here as if we're something else and they are something exceptional. And I ain't having it. I call them out on it. And then I ask them what they want to do about it, because that's that bullshit. And you're not going to be in my ear if you're not about dealing with life on life's terms, that your motherfucking ass is black. You know what I'm saying? Your ass is in this shit over here too. Your family over here with us too. So if you ain't dealing with me on those terms, or some truthful terms, actual factual terms that really speak to your ecology right now and your environment right now, where the fuck you at, I got a problem with your life. All right. But I say all that to, get on with other things. But we understand that Africa is a victim, and they're combating white supremacy. They're combating white racketeering, just like we're combating the same shit. They can try to dress it up and act like that ain't what it is, but they are a victim of white fraudulent business deals, racketeering, and dishonest white activity. They're victims of that, just like we are here. Make no mistake. So if you from the continent of Africa and you talking that we're the exceptional Negro shit, no, because they kicking y'all in y'all ass. They meddling into y'all shit, and some need to shake with it. What needs to happen, in my eyes, from my vantage point, your boy P, I just see that we suffering under the same foot. Then we need to bring ourselves into cohesion under some sort of group think mentality. That's what settles it all. Us thinking the same things under a code. I can't stress it enough. Excuse me. I can't stress it enough that the code is where it's at. Groupthink. In the business world, they say groupthink is a bad thing. It's everybody's going to be on the same accord, thinking the same thing, and other views can't get in. Like, no. That's exactly where we are in history. We need groupthink at this point. On a global scale. Globally, black groupthink, it needs to be a reality, because it brings us into a cohesion of thought. And we don't have to deal in disparate thoughts or other people's thoughts infiltrating, seeping their way, weeping their way into our cognizance when we have our mind state geared toward a similar objective on every topic, every subject. We just there. Social media has allowed us to be able to actually unmuddle that shit and kind of get us on one accord in a lot of areas, which is good. So in terms of our progress out of, that bullshit that we've been on as continents, in terms of Africans and Native Blacks here in America, Dr. Claude Anderson, he spoke and speaks on this sort of a hierarchy of we need, black business, we need black economics, we need to start paying these politicians, and you hear me speak about that all the time. And I'll get into a little bit of that. And, we need media, our own black media, right? And if you look at it in response to that, the progress we're making on that looks like blacks in America. We've grabbed that media thing now. We're the new black media. We're who everybody go to. You know what I mean? We are the new black media. We are the cognizance of social media. Social media has no spirit if it ain't for what the black Americans are doing. All right, so that is amazing. I think we've already captured that media thing. So if that was a goal of Dr. Claude Anderson to see in his life, I think we've already captured various tiers of media in terms of getting our cognizance in it, especially on the social media. Social is where the youth at. So we already grabbing the youth, and that's important. We grabbing the seeds right now. I think that is a very big thing, specifically blacks in America. Because, you look at the shit the African brothers and sisters between me, it'd be about, they politics, they government, but then it'd be about sports about 95% of the rest of the time, soccer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they ain't on shit, but the way we move has been the influence of the world, and people look to us to go ahead and just influence them, and that's what we do. And I would say that we getting that media game on lock. So next in line would be the whole paid politicians thing, and y'all know I speak about it here at No Flag Radio. We've already discussed using our black business bases in major cities and paying into pro-black lobbyism. Lobbyism is just something I thought of out of the wind, baby, but it seemed like this is what could happen and work for us as a global thing, as a way for a small group to meddle into politics, right? Because, this voting into a white supremacist vacuum every election season, for every little office, for every little whatever the primary they throw in, for us voting into a white supremacist vacuum has not given us shit. It just gives them a way to take a tally. Okay, the niggas voted, but then they gonna go about their own way. When you get a lobbyist, they work on your issues. They work on your cases, like a dedicated prepaid lawyer type shit. They work on your shit. All right. And it's my own guerrilla technique. You heard it here first. Your boy P. And I think I can get some other people in the community to speak on it too. I'm going to keep bugging Antonio more about it. The boy Tone Talks. Check him out. Check out his channel. Subscribe to it. Tone Talks on Dash Radio. Check out his YouTube. He went in a couple of days ago. He keep going in on the boy Jay Morrison. I don't know when he's going to respond. I might have to do an animation to that shit for the response before Jay Morrison come with a response. I don't know whether he gonna come with it. You know what I mean? But I've been bugging Antonio more about it, and trying to see if he can get him or the boy Reggie, to speak on it a little bit, because they stay on politics. But I think that's gonna be our next politic move, is paying our politicians, or making sure our political interests are more streamlined in how we handle it. You know what I mean? Because just us voting in a mass, they don't listen to the one. They still see us as one big nigga, but they need to know how to see us as one big lobby group, right? And I'll get into that a little later. So, and of course, black business economics, again, talking about how we're going to progress out of what we're dealing with as far as Africans and Native Blacks. We all need to be on it. As of course, black business. black economics. We gotta always be aware that we gotta make black dollars, like on the solo tip, no help from nobody. We gotta dig up black dollars, dig up black euros, dig up black Deutschmarks, dig up black real. We gotta make black money. Money meaning a medium of exchange, an exchange medium, usually on a solo tip with no help from nobody except probably from black people in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? And give to our pro-black lobbyism out of that, and then keep moving on like that. That'll work right here in America, I know for sure. And in Africa, where they've got all these different influences of people kind of meddling into their affairs, and these different groups of people, not even just non-African, non-black people. We got black folk over there that's about that coon shit, and they dealing with them, they handling them. You know what I mean? They got political prisoners over there. They dealing with a lot of shit in various countries, and the way out of that is still the same picture here: unity, people riding on certain causes when you get pushed to certain limits. You know what I mean? So hopefully that can speak to helping our people all over the globe, getting out of these white fraudulent business deals. Hopefully that can lend itself a hand to our people getting out of this voting in a white supremacist vacuum, dealing with people meddling into our politics and our efforts that we deal in. They get muddled up with coonery. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? So again, the focus is just cohesion and combating this white racketeering of white supremacy. So I think that as Africa and us Native Blacks progress, this needs to be something that we have on our mind. I'm gonna touch on these things. You'll see me get in and go in on the shit off and on. So, and back to just on the topic of slavery, we talked about it a little bit. About the tweet and shit I got. I think that, and follow me on this, because this is kind of going to lead into what I got to say about rap. Well, you know what? I'll save that later. Right now, we want to talk about the DACA real quick. I've seen so many people online cooning and caping, for this whole dreamer shit about this detention camps for the kids and all this and the horrible conditions. We already know that's a whole your own situation. We already know that's you motherfuckers on your own. I already did a post about how Latinos have sold their soul to whiteness for a long time. And that calendar goes back to Spain. It can be traced back group to group from the Puerto Ricans. It can be traced to the Dominicans. It can be traced to the Cubans. These groups of people have continually shitted on us at every effort. It can be traced to the Mexicans. We've seen them do and attribute and align themselves with, attribute themselves to and align themselves with things that are anti-black, and they do it consciously with a mind state to disenfranchise us, to get a one step over us, right? We've seen this. So there's no reason why we should be out here hoeing for them. I call it harping on everybody else's worries, holding on to everybody else's worries. You know what I mean? Hoeing, H-O-E-W. I thought of a new term, hoeing. You know what I mean? Hoeing, harping on everyone else's worries. We need to stop doing that shit. My brother, Professor Black True, spoke about it. He's like, man, we're a hoe culture. We're a prostituted people. So, and I've seen so many coons online trying to bash other people. There's this one mushmouth coon chick talking, I don't know what the fuck, man. She's a weirdo, dog, but she go in and she got this whole mammy kind of vibe to her. The way I need to talk, we need to be, because them is the children, them the babies. And no, bitch, they not your children. They not black. All right, she was going in on Kid Organic. That's what had me tripping about. Like, you going in on Kid Organic because he was like, his viewpoint was more of, man, these motherfuckers, they ain't riding with us, fuck them. And she's like, but them the baby said, no, get your backwards plantation mammy ass out the motherfucking picture. It's people like you. Now, I understand that, we're a human people, but we need to stop dealing with other groups as if they're human. We can look at the genetic lineup and see that they don't have human markers. I mean, Latinos, Indians, and Asians, they got melanin to varying degrees. I've seen Chinese people super dark, darker than me in some of these books, like real pictures. All right. But white people, they're not human. We already talked about that. So the shit they do ain't gonna be from a human space, and the shit that Latinos deal with, Indians, Asians, the shit that they deal with, is still gonna be a little bit of that Neanderthal jumping in. So that's why they're easily able to align with the Neanderthal rhesus monkey people, because they have a kinship through the Neanderthal gene. They smell it on each other, and they can go on and go into their own world and flounder and play with the shit Neanderthals do. So that's why when it comes to them dealing with us or being around us, we can't just be quick to press the human button. All right. We need to get off of the stuck human button. I was talking to one of my homeboys just yesterday, trying to explain to him that, look, man, he's a ex street guy, and his mind state is like, man, I see these brothers and sisters, man, they just be going through shit, man. I just want to sit them down and talk to them and try to explain to them this and that, but they don't listen. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't listen when you was their age. You know what I mean? You didn't listen, but they black, you know what I mean? So you can kind of hit them up and treat them a certain way. But then he kind of goes in on like other races and other groups, and I just be like, all right, man, they don't have the same genetic charge that we do. They don't consume the universe at the rate that we do. They missing a lot of shit. All right, so for you just to press the human button and get your human button stuck on them or some other, it's not wise. You know what I mean? And you saw how after all this ended, Trump was like, fuck all this shit. We're gonna let the kids stay with the parents. We saw the uproar. Okay, we'll let them stay with the parents. Well, whoop-de-doo. But still, in that whole week, all the coons came out. All the cavemen came out. If anything, this was a test from the government to see if motherfuckers if black people were cohesive, if we was willing to stay on some hold your own nut shit, or do we still got the coons that's gonna come out and cry and grovel and lay on the floor kicking and screaming over somebody else's shit. Again, harping on other people's worries. Hoeing. You know what I mean? HOEW -ING, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. So I just think that's garbage. So we already know. DACA, don't come around me talking that shit. Don't come around me waving your flags. I don't want to know nothing about it. Y'all in y'all own bag and we in our bag. Y'all been in y'all bag and y'all suffering the consequences of y'all bag y'all jumped into. Just like we suffering the consequences of our bag that we jumped into, and for the relationships that we dealt in, and the people that we esteemed, and the things that we value. So you a victim of your values. That's just how it go. So, I guess again on the topic of, other people's value, other people's interest, I want to get on to the topic of slavery a little bit and try to segue it into what I'm about to say about the brother XXX and the brother Jimmy Wopo, who we know passed away this week. RIP to them brothers, you know what I mean? Man, it's just fucking out of control. You know what I'm saying? Shit just get wild. Much respect to their life. But it's got to be considered that, out of all these engagements of people activity that we've been dealing with, from our politics, our economy, our social thought about ourselves as a community, as a people, we've had a lot of meddling from Caucasians and from others. You know what I mean? And, that can only be mirrored and compared to this whole thing that we dealing with in the rap industry. It makes me think about that because I come from a rap culture. Like, I'm familiar with, the 80s, the 90s kind of rap type shit, right? And now we in this mumble rap stage, and that mumble rap stage is equivalent to a Caucasian meddling kind of oversaturation, you know what I mean? An oversaturating of the Caucasian influence into what we do. And then it becomes a mumble kind of rap shit, you know what I mean? So then it became this shit, right? So I say that to say that that is a parallel to everything else that we're dealing with. Oversaturating other people's influences into what we do. It's going to lead to some sort of bottoming out, you know what I mean? And mumble rap is definitely the bottoming out of rap, right? And after the bottoming out, we reel from it. We reel from it for a long time. So, like, to relate it to slavery, I'm saying that is an ultimate mumble rap stage. You know what I mean? That's like the ultimate mumble rap stage for us, where we bottomed out and we're still reeling from it in a lot of ways. Where you see these sporadic coons, sporadic memories. We dealing with all this shit. Memories. I don't think that's the word. Sporadic mammies. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers putting on the whole culture for the rest of the world while we got all this shit that we need to handle and put our hand on. So, you know, we're in our mumble rap stage in issues like when DACA come up, our mumble rap starts showing, right? And that type of shit. Africa's mumble rap be showing when they be trying to say, okay, y'all are black and then we're African. Your mumble rap is showing, you know what I mean? Your oversaturation of Caucasian influence is making a reality that honors that poison that you just framed your life around, this poison of Caucasian and other meddling into your psyche, psycho meddling, right? So that's that part. To get on to rap, you know what I mean, we know the boy XXX, he just got caught up in the mire of the negative charge of the rap thing, because, you know, we saw that coming up, that, you know, everything was kill niggas, fuck niggas, kill bitches, fuck bitches. So as that charge builds up, you know, the universe is going to require something out of you if that's the charge you're running from. The charge you're running with, if it's on some shit that's in whatever kind of lane it's on, the universe is going to be like, okay, so you must like that shit. I'm going to bring it back to you in this kind of way. Not because I'm mad at you, not because I want something bad to happen to you, but it's because you obviously can take it. I mean, so they were just, you know, XXX, Wopo, and again, RIP to the brothers. We know they say XXX went out fighting for his shit. Wopo got snuck up on. It's some crazy shit, man. A lot of shit been happening this week. I mean, that shit's wild, man. All of that happening, and they just got caught up in the products of having our culture and our mind state and our esteem about each other meddled with by these anti-black thought pillars and anti-black thought lineages. All right, it's the ultimate meddling into the construction of what we do that has led to so many brothers getting swept up into this culture of death and violence and death and violence, and it's just problematic. You know what I mean? We've acculturated a lot of shit with a negative charge behind it, and that's how shit get problematic. And, you know, again, RIP to them brothers. That's pretty much all I had to say about that shit. But yeah, I think I've touched on what I wanted to touch on, man. I got on them people that's just trolling. I got on the trolls. But out of that came a lesson about what Africa going through and what we need to be going through in respect to a common enemy, white supremacy, white psycho meddling, any other group meddling into our focuses and our goals, right? We've covered all of that shit. I think those are the takeaways that I want y'all to get from this live. And yeah, so, you know, next week I'm gonna be out of town. I'm moving around, handling some business. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be really, really tied up. So I don't know how soon I'll be able to post another Pico, another animation, any of that. I'm gonna be really busy, but I'm gonna try to get a lot of work done tonight. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna try to just overload myself with work for the next few days, and hopefully I have enough time to finish everything and get up some good stuff for y'all to start the new week. And yeah, if Saturday's a good day to do a cast like this, I see nobody came in through the chat. It looked like, yeah, but it's all good. Cause it's just one of them days, man. You know, I caught y'all on a Saturday, and I didn't really tell nobody. You know what I mean? So I ain't mad. Understand? But we'll find a good day for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to hit my people up this week. Everybody that been following me on Twitter, everybody that's been getting at me on Black Junction, and much support to the Black Junction family. I love y'all, man. It feels good to look at my Black Junction videos and see I get more views there than my YouTube shit. I love to see that shit. So shout out to my Black Junction family, the sister Nature, GY21, something like that. Shout out to her. Shout out to I Hate YouTube. Shout out to the boy O. Shout out to Clyde E. Shout out to Shala Yisrael. Shout out to Delightful Baby. Shout out to Truth. What's the lady? Truth is Free or something like that. Yo, shout out to everybody on Black Junction. If I forgot your name, yo, blame my head, not my heart. You know what I mean? I need to get some food. I ain't ate. I just kind of got up after a 26-hour day of grinding. So I'm going to get at y'all later, man. We're kicking this shit.